Hello, everybody. WA7PBE here with a brand new video. I was going to record this video, but something very significant happened on TikTok, which I am streaming on live right here above my head. I'm pointing right at it. So say hello to TikTok. TikTok, say hello to YouTube, vice versa. So I hit 3,000 followers on TikTok. And that's why I'm doing this live, so I can give away the radio that's right behind me here. And as a brand new surprise, I didn't announce this before, I'm going to do 2 more gifts. So I have some stickers here I want to give away from Hamfest in Dayton. And, there's a sticker of mine in there, and I threw in an M17 sticker because I have a ton of them. If you don't know about M17, go look that up, check it out. Really cool project. And also, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. The other prize is going to be a $15 gift card to the store of your choice. I would prefer it to be ham radio, but since we are talking about 3D printing, if you want it for Amazon or Micro Center or whatever, you get 3D printing supplies, that would be acceptable too, I guess. But, honestly, the gift card could be whatever store you want. If you want it for Williams-Sonoma, I'll give you a $15 Williams-Sonoma gift card. So there you go. There's the 3 prizes. Grand prize. Stickers is another prize. Can't really see them, but there you go. And I guess I put 2 the same. I'll make sure you have different stickers. And the gift card. So I want to go ahead and give a shout out to the people that have supported me as of late, which would be Toby and Eric John. You guys know who you are. Thank you for the support you've given me recently. There are links to my Patreon and my Buy Me a Coffee in the description of the video. That's on YouTube, TikTok. Go to my YouTube, look it up if you want to support me. And also I'm doing like an early sponsor program where anyone from any tier, like I think the lowest tier is like $2 or something. Any tier anyone supports me on, up to the first 10 supporters will have a bit of creative control on my channel. So I really want people to see videos that they want to see, and be able to share my knowledge, because maybe something that just like slips my mind, like, oh, I didn't think about telling people about this because it's been so long since I visited it. That will help me create content. So anyways, let's move on to the main subject of tonight's video, other than the giveaway. I'll do a giveaway here at 7:10 Eastern time. So in 6 minutes, I'll do the first giveaway. But the subject of tonight is 3D printing. And I'm going to pull out my trusty little ARL handbook. I think it perfectly sums up what 3D printing is in the handbook. And this is the 2022. This is the first year they've added this. It says, what is 3D printing? Fabricating one piece of physical object has traditionally been subtractive process. That is, builder starts with a solid volume of material and gradually removes or subtracts material until its final form. So think about getting a piece of wood turned to a board. Additive process. I can't read worth a damn, but that's all right. Builds an object by depositing or printing a sequence of layers and material, usually 2D layers called slices, each adhering to the previous layer, until the entire 3D object has been constructed or printed. So you're just printing layers on layers on layers on layers until you get whatever it is you want to print. Here's a good example. It's my headphone holder. Kind of cool. And I'll talk more about that stuff here in a little bit. For the home hobbyist, the most widely used method is fused deposit modeling, FDM. So for the rest of the time, I'm going to call it FDM instead of saying fused deposit modeling. Most people call it FDM anyways. It's affordable, easy to learn, and offers high Print quality FDM 3D printer creates objects by depositing fine strings of plastic in layers. The strings are created by heating plastic until soft enough to be forced out or extruded from a nozzle. The plastic immediately sticks to the previous layer and it cures up and you get cool stuff. So, whoa, let me throw this over here. I don't want to put it on the floor. Yeah, so the two types of printing that would be available to the amateur radio hobbyist, and I have two examples of both right here, would be FDM, which is this. You can see there's a little bit of crud on it, I know. And resin. So these are just little dog bones. I downloaded off of Thingiverse. And yeah, we're going to talk tonight about what the difference is between these, which ones I would recommend for people to get. Steve asked in TikTok chat, did I get my license in Washington or Oregon? I got it in Washington. I was stationed there in the Navy. So, people on TikTok, you won't be able to see this, unfortunately, but the fine folks here on YouTube will be able to see this. I'm going to share my screen real quick, and I'm going to show you examples of what a FDM printer looks like. You would have seen the thumbnail of the video, and what a resin printer looks like. Wow, this beer is really getting to me already, I guess. So yeah, so this is an example of an FDM printer here. Pretty standard stuff we got here. So right here where my cursor is kind of over, but where it's enlarged, that part right there would be called the extruder. Basically, that gets really, really, really hot, and you get like a reel of material. I'll show you an example of it here in a second. It goes through the tube here. Some of them have what's called a direct drive. So it just goes straight in there. The extruder is in the nozzle itself. The extruder is in the back here, and it goes onto this plate, and it prints 2D layers until you have a 3D model. It's pretty much that simple. With a resin printer, like we see here, it's a little different. So pictures, well, I guess this kind of does it justice. This is actually a really good picture to show. So the way resin printers work is you would have a tub right here, which you can see in this picture, and it has a piece of clear film on the bottom. And the way it works is the resin cures with UV light. So it's kind of the same principle, except that instead of material coming down, it's kind of printing the opposite direction, I guess you could say. And it's just basically shining a light on the layers to the build plate and then to each layer to cure resin and make your 3D print. So for instance, like with a resin print, you can print all the way through here and make some very sturdy objects. But I will talk about materials here in a second. So yeah, those are the two main types of printing we use for 3D printing on the home user and generally. There are some hardcore enthusiasts out there who have like crazy 3D printers that can print other stuff like metal. But those are insanely expensive. And if you thought amateur radio was expensive, let me tell you something about 3D printing. Commercial, industrial 3D printers can be as much as like tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars for what am I thinking of here? For like businesses and stuff. So it's time for the first giveaway. We'll go ahead and give away the sticker pack right now. And we'll give away the radios here at the end of the stream. We get the ceremonial sip of beer. Now I can't show the drawing on what is it? TikTok. So if you want to see who won for yourself, make sure like that's not rigged. Go on my YouTube. Again, I am streaming on YouTube, TikTok, comment. What is it? Comment picker. So I'm just using the first thing I find. I'm entering my video in. All right. So let's see. All right, let's go ahead and give away a sticker pack. All right. Oh, geez. It wants me to whatever. You know what? I don't care. If it wants to steal all my information and sell it to advertisers, I get spam crap all the time anyways, so whatever. Just help me do this giveaway. All right. Let's see if it works now. So, again, this first prize is the sticker pack. Settings, winners, 1, exclude duplicates. I guess yes. All right, let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. George T. Sayer. His comment was, and I love this. I love to have this. I was a firefighter, military police officer. Been listening to my BCD 436 scanner for now. Good luck to all. Congratulations, George. You got the sticker pack. So I will go ahead and I should write it down, which I will. Let me write this down real quick. Taking a quick commercial break. We'll do another drawing here in like 6 minutes. There, I wrote you down. I'll go ahead and contact you and get you your stickers. All right, so, oh, excuse me. So I have some examples of what you would use with an Fdm printer here. So this is PLA. This is just one material you can use. This is the most common and abundant material, I would say, for Fdm printing. It's a basic plastic, and it is a bioplastic, and it is industrially compostable. But this is one, like with FDM printing, the sky is kind of the limit with what the materials you can print with. It's actually recommended you print with like PLA plus if you want stronger materials and that can have more heat resistance. PLA has been known to melt in cars before. So if you want something to last, not the greatest material, but you know what? Like I've used these insulators outside, and they've worked fine for me. I live in Maryland too, so it's not gonna get as hot here as it would, you know, say the Southwest, like Texas or Arizona, New Mexico, wherever. So let me go ahead and pull up another web page. I can just show people here on YouTube like just how many different kinds of FDM spool. Let me see. I'm trying to find like one that shows like a bunch of different types. All right, so here we go. This is perfect, actually. I haven't really been on this website. But as you can see on here, I mean, now they have stuff that's like static dissipative. Yeah, which would actually, that'd be a really good material for making like radio stuff with. They have flame retardant. So if you think you're going to put your stuff up in magic smoke, maybe use that. Impact resistant. That would be good for like antenna components, maybe. The thing is, though, so once you start getting into more advanced, what would you call it, FDM materials, there's certain temperatures you have to use, and there might be like certain processes you have to do to use the material. So your standard printer may or may not get the job done. Just a heads up. You kind of have to do your research with that. If you just want to print in PLA, ABS, PLA plus, PETG to an extent, your basic printers are going to be just fine for that. You're not going to really have much of an issue. So on the flip side of this, we have resin. And let's see. So I'm just going to show it on Amazon here. So here's resin printers. So for resin, you generally have photopolymer, and you have now they have like ABS materials. There's not a whole lot of range with materials for resin printing. And I guess that's because of the way it works. You have to, it has to be curable with UV light. And I have an example here. It usually just comes in a bottle. I'm not even going to open it because this stuff can be pretty nasty, unfortunately. And let me go ahead and blow my screen up here. So this stuff can be pretty nasty. You could even see the warnings on the side here. I'm showing on YouTube. I'll show on TikTok in a minute. But it won't focus. But anyways, it says wear gloves and mask, keep away from children, rinse with plenty of water if you get on your skin. It's not dangerous. I mean, don't drink it. But at the same time, like, it's not great to breathe it in an enclosed environment. It's not great for your skin. So just be aware of that. If you plan on using that in a closet, don't. You're going to need to put your resin printer somewhere fairly well ventilated. So anyways, let's go ahead and do the second giveaway here. We're going to do the second giveaway. So it says searching for new comments. I don't want it to do that. So this is for the gift card. All right. So here we go. for the $15 gift card to the store of your choice. Drum roll. Caveman Carl. Perfect. He said, I would like to get into ham, but I have no radio. So you didn't win the grand prize, but maybe you could pick up a Baofeng with the $15. You get one for like $10. Hey, there you go. So Caveman Carl, congratulations. All right, and we'll do our next giveaway here at the end of the stream at 7:30 Eastern time. So now that I've talked about materials, let me go ahead and go into my rant. Eric asks, I did see it on the TikTok, and I just thought again, let me go ahead and answer. So I may be doing some POTA. I've been a little bit sick. We'll see. That's the best answer I can give. I want to. My kid's back in school. I have time now. So, yeah. So anyways, so I talked about the materials, but now let me talk about the most important thing, which is, all right, so you just mentioned all this stuff. What's good for amateur radio? Like the book says, FDM is probably the best place to start from a cost perspective and materials perspective. To give you an example here, so this is the build plate, show both TikTok and YouTube it, for the resin printer I have, which is the Elegoo Mars Pro 2. I linked it in the description. You can go check it out. So basically, I'm restricted to anything I can build on here. To give you perspective, this takes up this much space already. So I could maybe fit let's see, I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, 6. I could do 6 at a time on here, which is one advantage to resin, is that I could fill this entire build plate up. It's going to have no issue. And yeah, you could just print 7 of these at a time, no problem. FDM printers sometimes struggle with printing more than one object at a time because of the way they work. High-end FDM printers typically don't have that issue, but when you're talking about low-cost consumer grade, you're kind of taking a big gamble when you're trying to print more than one thing at a time. Eric says he got COVID. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope you get better. So to put it into perspective, this is the build plate, which my printer, the Ender Pro V2, I plan on getting an S1 eventually, could print basically on this entire thing. It's huge. Like when you compare the two, like this is like 4 of these. But like I said, you'll have a bit of a harder time on FDM printing more than one thing at a time, which if you're using this for amateur radio exclusively, may or may not be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. But I will say, like, whatever one you think will work for you is probably best. It should be worth noting that with resin, you can print to a very much smaller measurement. It can go down to 405 nanometers. So with FDM, you're stuck with a 0.2 millimeter nozzle generally, or 0.4 millimeter nozzle. You can go smaller, but you can start running into issues when you go with a smaller nozzle. A lot of like clogging and just issues in general. But with the resin, you don't ever really have to worry about that because, like I said, it uses light to project an image. So it's just drying each layer on top of each other until eventually, you get a finished product that doesn't look like this. This one failed, and failure is a very important part of 3D printing and even amateur radio. We got to fail at some point. So the printers I recommend are in the description. Good starter printers is the Creality Ender Pro V2. If you can afford it, I think it's like $100 or $200 more. Go with the S1 model. The S1 model has like self-leveling beds, and it has basically all the upgrades you would ever want to add to the V2. But it's already there. So that's what you're paying for a little bit more with the S1 model. If you want to go to resin, the Mars Pro 2 is pretty cheap right now. The only downside is the build plate volume. But, if you need to do like intricate little character models or something, or intricate little parts that are not going to be exposed to too much heat or adverse conditions, resin might be a good choice because now you can print in ABS and stuff. So yeah, Treasure Medic says he has the S2. The S2 is a very good printer. It should be worth noting with resin printing, once it's done printing, you're not done with it. That's something I should have added before. You actually have to generally wash the models, get all the excess resin off because it dips in and out of the tank as it prints. And then you will generally have to do a curing process to make sure it's all cured and good to go. You can buy a machine. I linked one in the description. The one I have is the Mercury 2. It's plenty big enough. It's a good machine. Or you can just, DIY it. Get a UV light off of Amazon. Get a tub full of either rubbing alcohol or they have water washable solutions and use that. So yeah, I mean that's really all I had to say about 3D printing tonight. Tonight was just kind of supposed to be kind of about the basics and whatnot. I know why most people are here. Most people are here to see if they want a radio. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and give this sucker away, huh? Now, let's see. All right. Let's go back to the comment picker to see who won. Yeah. There we go. That time it loaded quick. All right. So we have 158 participants. So you have a 1 in 158 chance of winning. Again, if you do not follow me on YouTube and you're watching me on TikTok right now, I'm talking to them. You want to go do that because when I hit 500 subscribers on YouTube, I'm doing the exact same giveaway again. So let's go ahead and roll the dice here and see who won. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hunter, 2029. You won the radio. Let me go ahead and grab it. And someone, of course, calls me as soon as I'm announcing the winner. So you won the QRZ-1 and the 2 accessories here. Congratulations. He commented he's sure he could use it. He hopes he wins. You hope you won. Congratulations. So let me go ahead and write down your name. And I'll send you a message when the stream is done, or you can send me a message, and we'll get this shipped out ASAP. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining me this evening. I really appreciate everyone here on YouTube and TikTok. I know there's a lot of young folks out there, especially on TikTok, that watch me, and I'm just happy that I can help them and teach them and help them get into the hobby, help them learn. That's what it's really about here, you know. And then I like giving back too. You know, doing these giveaways helps me give back. If you want to see more giveaways, I live on a veterans pension, unfortunately. So, you know, I can't buy a QRZ-1 every month, but if you go on my Patreon, that would help me do more giveaways. As I come across radios, I'll do more giveaways. I have some junk radios, but I don't think it'd be fair to give away that kind of stuff. You know, I kind of believe in giving people new stuff, or at least stuff that's like new in the box or whatever. I've been considering maybe giving away one of those laptops, but they're not very good. So, all right, guys. Anyways, that's going to do it tonight for the stream for both TikTok and YouTube. Again, I appreciate every one of you. I hope someone learned something tonight about 3D printing. I plan on doing a little bit more of a deep dive into both FDM and resin printing on YouTube here. I don't know if I'm going to do it in a live format again. I might do like a recorded video. The thoughts just come out better that way, because I'd be like, oh, I forgot this. I can just add it in. So, because I'm sure I forgot something tonight. I'm just saying. All right, folks. Well, I will see you all here in the near future. Remember, this Sunday on James's channel is the Ham Radio Campground. Be sure you're subscribed to Ham Radio Adventure Guy, so you can go ahead and check that out. And without any further ado, I'll go ahead and roll the outro and say 73.